Woof! Hello, fellow citizens of the digital agora. The great modern American cynic, Diogenes the dog here, once again carrying my torch, cell phone, through the streets of Athens, social media, in search of open minded, decent, and honest humans. Have you seen any? Let's have a little story with Unc Diogenes. Yeah, I'm old. I got Unc status now, and I'm okay with that. So here's some unoptimized storytelling of the digital campfire by Diogenes. Enjoy a taste of the analog before times, where you had to have an imagination and not just pictures and everything handed to you. So, without ado, chaotic grace. How our republic functions. A spoken word by Diogenes of America. Number one, the pot on the stove. I want to tell you about a pot. Not a pretty pot. Not the kind your grandmother kept behind glass. An old one. Cast iron. Scratched. Dented. Burned on the bottom. Stained with 40 kinds of cooking. It smells like smoke and soup at the same time. It has fed millions. The Republic is not polished silver. It is an old working pot. And if you don't know what I mean, you've probably never been hungry enough to stop caring what the pot looks like. 2, the wanderer's witness. I have wandered the Republic. I have been to 43 of the 50 states. I have driven over 15,000 of those miles in a car, a lot of it by myself. My longest road trip was 8,700 miles through 17 states by myself. Truck stops at 3 in the morning, reservations where the silence had weight, mountain diners where strangers shared pie without being asked, gas stations on the edge of nowhere where a man handed me coffee and never asked my politics. Rich and poor, different races, different religions, different accents, same roads. I knelt in the Badlands once, hands together. You can see it in my thumbnail for this channel. Straw hat, dust, blue sky, going on forever. And I understood something I couldn't have read in a book. America is not understood through screens. It is understood through roads. I walked through Wounded Knee. I drove past the shuttered mills. I ate at tables where no one agreed on anything, and everyone passed the salt anyway. Part 3, the soup is loud. The melting pot. Every culture threw something in the pot. Some ingredients clash. Some strengthen the broth. Some people stir too hard. Some don't stir at all and then complain it's not mixed right. This was never a clean process. a melting pot isn't clean. A melting pot is loud. It spills. It hisses. It steams. It smells like everything at once. A living republic is noisy because living people are noisy. And the ones who want it quiet, who want it orderly, sterile, uniform, who want one flavor decided by one hand, those are the ones who have never actually been fed by it. 4, carbon on the bottom, the burnt parts. Every pot that's been used long enough has char on the bottom. It's not a metaphor I'm proud of. It's just true. Slavery, broken treaties, greed dressed up as destiny. Violence we have not yet finished accounting for. Sometimes we stir too hard and the char rises. That bitterness is real. It poisons the flavor if you ignore it. But scour it too hard, scrape the pot down to bare metal, and you lose something too. You lose the seasoning, the history baked into the iron, the record of what we survived. You neither throw away the pot nor pretend it was never burned. 5, chaotic grace, the traffic of civilization. Have you ever seen traffic in Makati or New Delhi? First time, you flinch. Horns everywhere, near misses every 10 feet, motion with no apparent logic. You think, this place is one wrong turn from collapse. And then you watch longer. And you begin to see it. The rhythm. The negotiation happening in real time. Nobody issued a memo. Nobody coordinated it. It just works. Freedom looks messy from above. That is America. Truckers and nurses, immigrants and farmers, cynics and dreamers, teachers and coders and preachers, and the guy who argues at every town hall. And you want to tell him to sit down? But you know, that guy is exactly why this works. Through chaotic grace, we stand. 6, the founders in the impossible experiment. They knew. James Madison, didn't design the system despite human nature. He designed it through it. He knew we'd argue. He knew we'd form factions. He knew power would corrupt and concentrate if you let it. So he built a machine that uses faction to defeat faction, ambition to counteract ambition, checks on checks. Not because he trusted man, because he didn't. The Republic was never designed for saints. It was designed to survive men. They were flawed men, attempting an impossible balancing act. Slaveholders writing about liberty. Idealists with blood on their hands. Contradictions all the way down. And yet, the machine still runs. Not because they were perfect, because the architecture accounts for imperfection. Madison meant us to argue, loudly, passionately, at times furiously. But there is a line. You don't scour the pot, toss the broth, and make mayo raisin potato salad in its place and call it America. Seven, the wandering dog. Between camps, I move between camps. That's what wandering dogs do. We eat beside strangers. We listen at fires we didn't build. We watch without choosing sides, because the watching is the work. I've sat with conservatives who fed the hungry, and progressive who turned away the poor. I've met veterans who marched for peace and protesters who never left their comfort zone. People are not their bumper stickers. The dog does not ask who you voted for before sharing the fire. That's not naivety. That's the oldest form of philosophy. Diogenes didn't own the street he slept in, but he owned the truth he spoke on it. 8. The fear of forgetting ourselves. The digital storm. The algorithm feeds on outrage. It has learned that fear clicks faster than hope, that rage shares better than grace. We are being sorted into camps, into echo chambers with padded walls, where every voice sounds like yours, and anything that doesn't is the enemy. That's not the pot boiling. That's the pot cracking. But here's what I know, what the road has taught me. When the storm hits, Americans still move toward the fire. Neighbors still show up with shovels. Strangers still hold the door. People still laugh together at the same terrible jokes. Because somewhere beneath all of it, we remember that we are ridiculous together. I do not think we forget who we are for too long. I've seen too much road to believe otherwise. 9. Keep the pot cooking. My final reflection. Come back to the pot with me. Old cast iron. Low flame. Still cooking. Not perfect. Not clean. Not quiet. Loud. Burned. Dented. Miraculous. People gather around it. Strangers becoming neighbors for one meal. That's the Republic. Not a monument. Not a myth. A pot on a fire that somebody has to tend. Maybe chaotic grace is enough. Maybe the old pot survives because we keep feeding each other. Maybe America was never meant to be perfect, only alive. And as long as the fire still burns beneath the pot, there is Diogenes of America, faith, family, forward, always. If you made it this far, I wish you well, fellow citizen of the Digital Agora. Please consider hitting like, share, and subscribe. Diogenes out.